sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
We honor our nation's heroes on this Veterans Day and welcome you to NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Memphis Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. And looking at the Grizzlies, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. I'd like your perspective on this, Shaq, as a three-time Laker.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's Western Conference NBA action, the Memphis Grizzlies here at home. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. We've got Anthony. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Kobe in at the shooting guard position. Jordan with the bucket.
Nice way for him to get started here early.
And guys, hopefully a sign of things to come from him here.
Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away from it now.
Kind of a throwback style, Kevin, but it suited their personnel perfectly, particularly with Randolph and Gasol down low. The slower pace lent itself to better defense for them, and they really pounded you inside, that's for sure.
Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Well, Clark, they really shot terribly from downtown in that one and eventually paid the price for it.
They sure did. I mean, sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but theirs wasn't quite strong enough.
Boy, they are locked and loaded early. 3 for 3.
Conley into the lane. Good work defensively by Kobe.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Prince, and Anthony sends it back.
Kind of a shaky first few minutes, guys. 5 field goal attempts, only 1 made.
And it's off from three-point range. The Grizzlies have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. A wide open look for Gasol, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
It's Gasol missing.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
It's Gasol missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Paul. Gasol wide open. He fires. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Smart move with that mismatch he's got.
You know what? That extra advantage sure pays off on the mid-range jumper.
Conley into the lane. Kicks it out to Allen. And he's good on the 3-ball. Allen's got himself on the board with 3 there. The Lakers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
Well, you know, for teams in the NBA nowadays, it's all about getting bang for your buck. I mean, Mike Conley out of Ohio State, one of the great value contracts in the league, and with all the analytics and general managers looking for value, Memphis happy to have an all-star caliber player like him still locked up through 2016.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Jordan kicks to Anthony. Changes up. Rejected by Randolph. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Conley with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Lakers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Paul for 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. And you have to give Mike Conley, Steve, an awful lot of credit for the emergence of the Grizzlies, I think, is a factor in the Western Conference.
Kevin, I think he's one of the best point guards in the league. Probably doesn't get enough credit, but his progression as a player at both ends, year after year, he just seems to get better, and he provides that poise and leadership that his club needs.
The three from Bryant, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for Zach Randolph. And Udrich in for Mike Conley. It's blocked. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
1:33 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Udrich. Here's Prince. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
A good job of spotting his teammate near the basket and zipping the pass right in there. Well, Tayshaun Prince, a terrific player in his time with that championship Detroit Pistons team of years past, but his decline over the last 5 years has been noticeable. Ever since he hit 30, it's been downhill.
And that one's good. Favarani's got his first bucket of the night.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams. Having a chance here to check out how the Grizzlies ranked in the NBA last season. Third in opponent offense, fourth in lowest turnovers per game. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
I just like the way they got after it defensively. You talked about the fact they were in the top 5 in the league in opponents' points per game. So this is a club that had a plan each and every night, and they executed that plan. They played really hard. They played together. They covered up for one another. And all in all, that was an excellent defensive club.
Brooks with the bucket.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Here's Udrich. Looking for his first basket still in this. Shot's good.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
And yes, sir, that one drops. Favarani's got his second bucket of the night.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
And Udrich gets it to go.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Scola. And the shot is good.
Now, defensively, they have to pick up the intensity and close out on shooters.
Steve, you're right. I mean, they're getting picked apart out there, and the intensity on D's got to pick up as well. I mean, you can't have it on cruise control on defense.
Here's Dellavedova. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater. The first quarter concludes. Welcome back, everyone, to lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
How about the shooting so far? It's been a clinic out there. They are lighting it up and really creating open looks for each other.
Well, Steve, there hasn't been much resistance and when they've been on the offensive end, so they've taken advantage of it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Green is out there with Anthony, and there's Bryant, then it's Scola, and it's Brooks in at the 1.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Well, the Lakers are in another one of those transition stages, and they've not had many in the history of the franchise. But they do need to start looking for that next superstar to build the team around.
And here is Conley. following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. And it's Conley penetrating. Good on the 13-footer. Conley's got 7.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
As you said, Kobe's starting to get to the age where you just don't know how many years he has left, especially with all the injuries. And the Lakers need to look now to who's going to lead them in the future.
And here is Lee, following the three-pointer by Aaron Brooks. Randolph's shot is good.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession. Adding on to that thought about the Lakers, Clark, they have seemingly always had one of the top players in the entire league to build around.
Yeah, that's always been one of their key pillars to success. You know, Magic, Wilt, Jerry, I mean, you can go on and on, Elgin Baylor, and they thought they might have had Dwight Howard, but now they're in a bit of a search to find a leader to take over once Kobe is done.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Lakers leading by 10. Bryant drives in. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And that's 10 points for Kobe Bryant.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Poke loose. And now here comes Kobe leading the break. And finished off by Paul.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
Here's Calathis after the basket by Los Angeles. And here in the slowdown.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Oh, man, that was just amazing. I tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful. Marc Gasol, the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. Some question that selection, including me. But after you evaluate what he meant to that team defensively and how good he was individually and in the team concept, no argument anymore.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Draymond Green. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, Courtney Lee, acquired by the Grizzlies last season in a trade with the Celtics. And as teammate Mike Conley has put it, Courtney was a huge, huge piece. People overlook him, but it's key that he's able to stretch the court for us. It gives Zach and Mark more space, and he can definitely lock up defensively. Kevin?
He's been a great fit as a two-way player on the perimeter, too, Doris. Thanks. Lee passes to Calathis.
What a great play. Sacrifice his body and take the hit.
I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Lakers leading by 14. Paul gets to Bryant. And here's Anthony for three. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. And that's now 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
The Grizzlies last season acquiring Courtney Lee, Clark, in a trade with the Celtics.
You know, they were in a bit of a catch-22 type situation. They had athletic wing defenders and long-range shooters, but they didn't have a lot of players who could do both. So they got Courtney Lee, and he's played big minutes for him because he can do that.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for the Grizzlies. Allen comes in for Nick Calathis.
And Courtney Lee acquired in exchange for Jared Bayless. He started as mostly a corner three-point shooter, but he's expanded his range and now can shoot from pretty much anywhere along the arc.
And you talk about Courtney Lee's shooting. Come on now. Excellent numbers last season from the field, the arc, and the free throw line. Arguably his best season yet overall.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Udrih is checked back in. Lakers leading by 16. Paul dishes to Bryant. Out to Anthony. From the arc. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field. Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Now here's Gasol. 8 points his last outing. Anthony, the pass to Jordan. Tries from 10. That's good. Jordan's got 4 points this quarter.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Allen outside. Feeds to Conley. 6 to shoot. Good on the three-point shot. Conley's got 10 points in the game.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
On the wing, Bryant. Lakers working the ball. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Conley kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 12 points for him.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
I'd actually like to see them go back outside, Clark, because they had a good flow, a good pace here early on.
Some solid D from Paul.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Now here's Jordan. He has 6. It's tipped, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Kufis checked in for the Grizzlies. Udrich dishes to Conley. Plenty of space. Off the left rim and out.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while. That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
Here's Scola. That'll do it for the first half. Lakers lead by 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Carmelo, what allowed you to function so well offensively?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Well, the former Buckeye Conley has been great. 12 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now, his outside stroke has looked really good today.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against Charlotte.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right, on dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Conley and Allen are the guard set. Prince is the 3 and Randolph the 4. And it's Gasol at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager.
Mike Conley, a lightning-quick lefty. Has never been an all-star, but certainly in the conversation as a two-way player who's been a cornerstone for the Memphis Grizzlies.
The drive by Allen. Here's Prince, and he uses both hands to jam it in. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
And doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
And for Conley, drafted 4th overall after 1 season at Ohio State. He's gotten better and better, Clark, with each passing season in the NBA.
And that's testament to his work ethic and his approach to getting better. Last season was his best yet up to scoring while maintaining his efficiency. And I think he continues to have much better basketball ahead of him.
Now here's Prince. 8 points for him. Second shot opportunity. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 11 on the bucket from Allen. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Memphis coach Dave Yeager paid dues for years coaching in the minor leagues. But he did more than coach. He was the GM, ticket vendor, business manager, and halftime act. He said he loved the passion and spirit of that work, but there were also tough times. Guys, those struggles helped prepare him for where he is today.
A long road, but he's here now. Thanks, Doris. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the L.A. market. It's one of the top 2 markets in the country, and it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over 20 years. That gives you a lot of financial firepower there.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Randolph. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Well, guys, you look at the financial resources for the Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending. And the question is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
And it's Conley penetrating. Back to Allen. Conley with it. Picked up by Kobe. And the rejection by Jordan. The wide open look here for Anthony. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Bryant's got 6 assists now in the game.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Gasol passes to Randolph. Randolph can't get that one to fall.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Chris Paul. No one near Conley as he lets it go. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
Well, that's an aggressive play, trying to get that rebound. Maybe a little too aggressive.
And it was totally unnecessary, Steve. He was in no position to get to that ball. He should have just conceded.
Some changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Nick Calathes in for Mike Conley. The Lakers also with a sub. Skola's checked in.
Well, Zach Randolph enjoying the best years of his career and most sustained success in Memphis. A tricky choice for him this offseason, deciding whether to opt out of the final year of his contract or to become a free agent.
Here are the Lakers. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Here's Bryant. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Kobe's got 12 in the game.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
Nope, not at all. They're putting this run together with a lot of mid-range jump shots, so seeing a pretty good display of marksmanship right now.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Udrich is checked back in. The Lakers also changing it up. Vitor Favarani's checked in for Gasol. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kobe. And it's Brooks in for Paul. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He was focused on their post play and was pleading with them to try to get the ball into the low post every trip down. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
And the Lakers making a change here. Crowder's checked in.
Nick Calathis taking over the backup point guard spot in Memphis around the start of 2014 after the Jared Bayless trade. And he quickly rewarded their confidence. He's the Western Conference Rookie of the Month in February.
Now Udrich, after Aaron Brooks' three-pointer didn't go. And Udrich kicks to Lee. Launches it. Rebound by Favarani.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Kicks it to Dellavedova. And the pass to Scola. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And Calathis, Clark, not an immediate fan favorite in Memphis, checking into a game back in December. He was immediately booed by the fans.
You know, at that time, the team was struggling. The fans had gotten frustrated, but he silenced his critics in the best way by proving them wrong with a good performance.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Nick Calathis.
You think about the Grizzlies, and the one thing that jumps out at you is their physicality. I mean, that's a team that loves contact and has no problem being physical.
For the Grizzlies, given how much Memphis loves their football, the physicality of the Grizz fits right in.
Yeah, the fans really appreciate it, and it's effective against every team in the league, particularly because the NBA has gotten much smaller and faster. So the Grizzlies are playing sort of a different style, and it's been very effective for them.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Favarani inside. Koufos is there. Here's Crowder. Makes it off the glass.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Now Lee. Pass to Randolph. No one near him. And the shot is long.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
The Lakers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. We have Vitor Favarani. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Ricky Lito. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Green in at the small forward position. Shot by Prince. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip.
I'll be anxious to see what ends up happening with that Pelicans game. Should be a good one.
And he slams it one-handed. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
And, oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. Misses from close range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 9 points now in just the second half. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, if you look back at the Grizzlies season last year, it'd be hard not to say it was a case of them not getting out of the gate as strongly as they wanted to, and then the injury to Gasol creating a situation where they never quite fully caught up.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Stokes is checked in for Kukas. Allen comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Nick Calathes in for Udrih. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. From deep, Green. That is good. Well, guys, talking about Memphis again, they were a team that many thought had a chance to finish in the top half of the Western Conference. But, Steve, they ended up just sneaking into the playoffs.
But what a run they went on after the All-Star break when they got healthy. You know, they looked like they were dead in the water, but they won enough games after the break to get to that 7th spot. And we know how tough the Western Conference was.
Dellavedova dishes to Lido. And there's another one for the Lakers.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Adams' shot is good.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
The drive by Jordan. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
Man, he is an absolute force when he gets near the hoop.
Calathes passes to Adams. Uncovered. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Pass to Stokes. The Lakers with the rebound.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And there's the foul. It's on Ricky Lido. That's his first foul.
Well, at this point, early in the season, still so much optimism for the season ahead. We all have our predictions, but there are always going to be some surprises out there, some surprise teams. And that's why we say all the time, that's why they tee it up and play the games.
Here's Crowder. Lido kicks to Dellavedova. Outside, Green. The three. And it's Lure with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Nobody near Allen. And again, Memphis no good.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Here's Crowder. Tries again. And Jordan with the layup.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Grizzlies shooting 41% for the game. Calathes kicks to Allen. Stokes the pass to Lure. And he gets it to go. Lure's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Here's Dellavedova. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Dellavedova's got 12 points in just the second half. 1:35 left in the game. Here's Adams. Good. Great play by Calathes to set it up.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Los Angeles.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
Well, this win gives them a victory in round 1 of what's basically a 4-game fight between these teams this season.
And it will be a fight, Steve. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra meaning for the players.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Anthony. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
You know, with the movement we've seen the last decade with teams heading to Oklahoma City and for a time Sacramento, is it time for the NBA to look at realigning some teams? Might not happen yet, but we're getting close to Maybe a reshuffling being needed.
Now here's Favarani. That's good.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Here's Udrich. The 3-ball. There's the bucket. Good. As you said, it's something that will need to be addressed at some point. Some teams traveling pretty far within the division.
What will happen when the time is right? I mean, there could be more teams shifting around, or maybe expansion comes and you'll see a realignment. But, you know, I think that change is probably going to happen relatively soon.
And so it's Memphis with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Good.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Favarani, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors. You know, he may not have the elevation or the hops. He doesn't need it, though. The big fella throwing it down anyway.
He usually does save the high flying for the little guys, Clark. You're right.
Yeah, well, sometimes it looks like he's pinned to the ground, but when he gets positioned like...
Listening to the sounds of this demeanor.
Turn everything off. All levels. All levels. Shake it right now. Is that a 2-track?
Missy be the name, and y'all should already know.